Hello, welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Deveji, your host. I'm welcoming you today, our 49th episode. I'm happy to have you, and we have a great guest today, and we'll have another educational, informative, the American Business Podcast episode today. Let's welcome our guest, and we can have the conversation started. Hello, Ibrahim. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Kevin. How are you? How are you
Good, thank you
doing?
very
How is
much.
New York?
Yes, New York is pretty cool. It's the summertime, so we enjoy the time here. It's the, I think, best time
Nice.
of the year. But so far so good. How about you? What is going on
Oh,
in the part of the world you are?
Nairobi is good. Nairobi is good. We thank God the weather here is a bit calm. Unlike a few weeks ago when we had a lot of rains, but so far so good. The weather is conducive. I invite you to Nairobi soon.
Yes, that sounds great. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, so Ibrahim is connecting from Nairobi, Kenya. And as we always say, the American Business Podcast is an American and international business podcast with educational and informative content. So, with Ibrahim today with us, we'll also add some more international flavor into our podcast today. Ibrahim, thank you for
Absolutely.
being with us today. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. So, as a start, would you please introduce yourself and your organization to our audience?
Oh, great. To all our listeners, wherever you are, where you are listening to us from. My name is Ibrahim. I'm the group head of sales and marketing here at Omni People Distribution. Currently, I'm in Nairobi, and what we do at Omni People Distribution, we are the enabler of technology and American Workflows, being one of the leading partners at Omni People Distribution. We felt that this is a conversation that we can also build upon. So, as Omni People, our goal is just to ensure that all the different industries in Africa, all the markets, and all the businesses, they have access to the right technology that they need. And American Workflows is one of the products that among American Workflows, it has one of the products that we've been pushing, and we are working so well. And I'm so excited with this partnership, Kevin. Actually, being in this conversation, I believe we are going to expand even more and meeting different audiences. Thank you,
Of
Kevin.
course. So, for our audience to know you a little bit more, how did you start your career?
Well, wow.
Yes, take your time.
Yeah. Well, that's a very it's a very intimate question. My career, I started in the mainstream media. Currently, I'm holding a position under marketing, but my career in mainstream media, local media stations here in Kenya. I wouldn't mention them, but some of them are known. But I started from there, and then during COVID season is when I'm a recent graduate. I'm not really far much on. I graduated in 2020 from a university here in Kenya called Maseno University, and over that period I got an interest into how well can I push something so that people can develop some rather can build value from it. So I thought that interest was in media, but again, when media was shrinking and when COVID came, a lot of media was now centralized into one person, one camera, and we were losing traction, in the media industry. And I felt like, why can't I change? And with the energy that I had to go out there to source for leads, to source for stories, I felt like this is a space that I can try also in marketing. And that's the position where we were having more of now. The digital marketing was coming up very fast. The aspects of writing was coming up very fast after COVID season, and that's when I felt like now I would start slowly. I transitioned from mainstream media and then I joined an influencer marketing company. With the influencer marketing company, I got knowledge into what the market would expect from me now as a marketer. And then step by step, I transitioned into now the software world because you'll notice that in Nairobi, it's understood by very many people that Nairobi is the hub of technology in East Africa. So I noticed my chance was also in technology. That's why I felt like, no, I need to be very specific with what I want. So I found myself now in IT, and that's where it led the path for me to join Omni People now in the distribution space and engaging with partners.
Well,
Yeah.
so when you think about your work on daily basis, what type of
Mhm.
challenges that you have, and what are the exciting parts of your work on daily basis? You will say.
Oh wow. I think I would speak like as a marketer. For us as marketers, we have this challenge of what else can we offer. What extra can I offer? Um, we can create strategies, we can come up with good creatives, we can come up with wonderful campaigns, but again, is there anything else that I'm missing? So my position, or rather my role here at Omni People Distribution, is um, ensuring that now the product that we have, the partners that we have, and anybody that I'm interacting with, what else can I offer? This away from what I'm offering at the basic level. So I would say for me, that's the biggest challenge, because you would find that some of the things that I'm doing at the moment is they're the normal things that I've been doing for the past maybe 2 to 3 months. They are not new, and you will find that in marketing they are just the same strategies, but again, we need to just come up with a new way of maybe creative, a new way of donation, a new way of making things act, or rather fit in the market at that same stage. I think it's a bit technical for us as marketer to look even down the sales funnel. And for me, where I am sitting in, I try to measure myself and say, like, whatever that I'm doing now, I need to make sure that it really converts. I don't look at the top of the funnel, I really look at the bottom of it. So that what extra that I am missing is the one that has to convert. So each and every time I do try to engage, ensure that I'm learning a lot. And yeah, it's been challenging, but having people like you, Kevin, listening to some of the conversations that you've been having, I am getting there.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Well, I like to shift our conversation towards ERP software marketplace. So Omni People, Omni Africa, it's been in the ERP software market for a long time. for decades, I must
Mhm.
say, a very experienced team, and you are part of that organization. And since
Yeah.
you are in marketing, you engage in these conversations pretty much on daily basis. So when we look at the ERP software market, how do you see the market? How our companies are adopting ERP software technology, and what type of challenges are you observing in these organizations? Also, before you answer, just for our audience to know, because some of our audience may be wondering what ERP means. Maybe you can also, just simply describe what ERP is in a general sense, if that's okay.
Okay. Well, I think the best way to tackle this, I would first introduce what an ERP is. Um, an ERP basically, for in the basic knowledge that maybe I would say the layman's language is something that takes control of your business 360 degrees. Yeah. So you have visibility of finance, you have visibility of the inventory, you have visibility of what's happening in the distribution side. So that's a system that you can have, whether in your pocket, in your phone, whether it's in an app, whether it can be even installed in your desktop in your office. But over and above, an ERP should make work easier for your large scale manufacturing, for your large scale activities. And maybe one of the things that I will take note on, that's affecting maybe the industry that we are in. A few years ago, there's this conversation that began about cloud. There's this conversation that began about um, AI. And at the moment, we are seeing a lot of conversation around AI. And we are seeing that most businesses are trying to incline themselves into AI, simplifying things and ensuring that they can be able to access their data everywhere. So at times, there is that knowledge gap that there are those companies or other industries that other companies that have stayed in the market for some time, so they are a bit tied to the old age, or rather the old ways of operations, trying to bring in now the new solutions, or rather the way the modern things are moving. And hey, not just to forget, most of the ERP solutions, they take care of they take care of your finances. So at times you find that most of these businesses, they tend to lag behind. And one of the things that for me I am pushing in most of my activities is simplification of work. By simplification of work is, first, you can be able to access your information anywhere. As a business, you need to ensure that you have correct visibility of what's happening in any department that your business has. So we try to push our communication in the sense of cloud, because Africa is, or rather Nairobi is fast rising, and the conversation around cloud, the conversation around AI, it's picking up very fast. And you find that most conversation are inclined towards that end, because there is that knowledge gap. The companies that will really need to use the ERP solutions, they are trying to, rather they are behind, or rather they are struggling with an informed solution. So I think on that note is, I think most of it, I would just really, Kevin, I really focus on cloud movement, and the AI bit of it, because we've noticed there are those ERPs that are now cloud. There are those ERPs that are still in the old ways of operations. But over and above, I think that's the best way I could really react to it, Kevin.
Appreciate it. Well, let's
Yeah,
talk about AI a little bit. It's a popular subject. It's a current subject. So we learn about AI on daily basis. Some of us, we do use
yeah,
AI in different forms. So, well, from your point of view, how AI is changing businesses, and during
yeah,
this time of adaptation to AI, what type of challenges
yeah.
are you seeing in the
Mhm.
business world from your point of view?
No, AI is the biggest advantage that ever happened to this generation. I would say that would be my biggest way. That I would say like yo AI. I'm not. Sometimes I'm scared of what AI can do. Sometimes I'm scared of what will the future look like. Looking at us, we are a generation that maybe in Africa, I'm not sure about you, Kevin, in New York, but in Africa, we are a generation that was there before smartphone. We are a generation that used those the button phone, and we it was really a tough terrain when you are trying to grow up, when you are trying to understand what's going to happen next. But now AI is here. It has simplified almost everything from home activities to the bigger enterprises, whether it's access control, whether it's time and management, whether it's the customer relation. Now this marketing tool, the CRM that you guys we push it, the American workflows. It's a good example of an AI automated tool, AI powered tool that I think most businesses need to look at. So I'm 70% positive about AI, but there's a bit of 30% where I'm mixed around like what's going to happen, what's going to happen for the businesses. But on the flip side of it, we will not really think of now the negative side of now the AI bit. We are going to think of the positive side of AI as the enabler of making work easier, as the enabler of having insights at the fingertips, as the enabler of having information that you really need at an instant. So I'm looking at it in both dimensions, but yeah. I think maybe that's a conversation that's a bit nuanced to most people, but I think we have a future with it.
Yes, yes, it's exciting.
Yeah,
So, from your point
yeah.
of view, you think will AI replace all the jobs that humans have? How do you see the future?
Aha. Wow.
Yeah, that's a deep question, right?
Yeah. It. I, I, I think I have met that question. I think there's another interview I had the other week. I've had that question before also, but when I'm looking at it, I think AI has replaced a lot of things, and we cannot really say that AI is going to die soon because it has just started. The other day we started with ChatGPT. The second time we got DeepSeek. Now Gemini is up. Now we are with Cloudy AI. A lot of things. There's Perplexity. There's these other tools that are coming up. The American Workflows is assisting us with the CRM tools, and I believe we have a lot to debunk, a lot of things that we can integrate them and AI can really simplify. So I'm looking at it as not something that will replace us in terms of working, but something that can accelerate what we have now if we use it very well. But if we miss a mark of not using it very well, either it might replace you as a person in terms of work, or you as a business if you're not adopting into the new ways of technology. Now AI being a factor in it, you might be left behind. So we should consider it. I think even when we are even discussing about the business decisions, those are some of the things that needs to come into place. How can we integrate AI into our workplace? So it is something that we need to think about in a positive way.
Well, thank you for these insights, and absolutely, AI
Yeah,
is a really is an exciting subject that we can definitely talk about hours.
absolutely.
The fact of the matter is here to stay, and we have to adapt.
Mhm.
How we will adapt, how we're gonna utilize it is up to us. Also, time will show what
Yeah,
else we can do with AI. Nevertheless, that's definitely a fascinating subject, and it'll keep changing our lives. That's how it looks like. And that's a pretty cool subject to talk about. Thank you for your insights again. Well, let's talk about role models of
absolutely.
yours. Have you had any role models in your career? Any role models that you can share with us in this conversation?
By role model,
Mhm.
someone who inspires me or someone
Yes.
was I have been looking up to.
Yes.
Well, e- every marketer will always look at Seth Godin. Why not? So I've been trying to learn a lot of things from Seth Godin. I started a lot of my marketing by understanding the smaller bit of getting out there, getting a business out there, getting a product out there by understanding the basics that Seth Godin normally gives us. So I try to emulate, or rather, I try to follow through his footsteps. Is someone that I always try to refer that what would Seth do? You know, I think that's on the career bit of it. But again, the other thing that I always I'm always proud of by myself is I try to motivate myself and say like I'm different and I can do things differently by bringing different ideas together. And I believe I'm also a role model by myself by pulling some of the things that I can be able to bring together. Yeah.
So when we look at your career path, are there any lessons learned that
Mhm.
you would like to talk about in your career journey?
Oh yeah. I think one of the things that I learned while in my college days, I was sometimes you might choose a career that you feel like that's the specific career that you can hold into, but again, it ends up differently. I think most of the people, rather 90% of the people that I've interacted with, they tend to say that some of the things that they learned or some of the things that they got experience in, it's not the things that they are doing right now. So for me, I started in mainstream media. The path was that way. I started into copywriting, but now copywriting transformed into SEO. SEO now transformed into now graphics. So you find that my career, when you're now, if there's someone who is listening and they want to be a marketer, an all-round marketer, you need to have all these skills in your hands. You need to ensure that as a marketer, you are you can be able to come up with designs. You can be able to come up with wonderful copies. You can be able to ensure that all the campaigns that you're setting are able to convert. Again, you basically understand how the funnel moves, and you can accurately execute that. So that's what I have learned, and it's something that maybe I have not seen it from, or I've not heard it from anybody else. But I believe once you just understand all the basics, you don't need to be just a graphic designer to say that you are now a marketer. You don't need to be just like, let's say, an event planner, and then you say you are a marketer. So my career, you have to connect all these things so that you can now be, I don't know, like a fully fledged marketer or someone who can be able to fit in any place. So that's my take home on that note for my career. And I believe there is a lot to learn now with AI. I believe I'll be an AI guru soon.
Yes, yes, that sounds great. Well, as
Understood.
a professional, how do you stay motivated and inspired?
um well I think I think that question, I think it's good. It's a good one. I think when I'm working, for me, I tend to, of course, listen to jazz. I tend to listen to smooth jazz a little, and again, I tend to follow these TED talks a little, just to keep myself up to speed. Like, what are other entrepreneurs doing? What are other marketers doing? And again, you see the landscape that I am in. First of all, my DNA started in the mainstream media. So, of course, someone who consumes news a lot. So, I tend to be out there learning what's changing the world, learning what's coming in. So, with that way, I find myself that I can be able either to shift or either to improve on where I am lagging. So, that way I keep myself motivated, and I find myself that there are things to do, there are things that can keep myself there, that can keep me busy, and I can be able to adjust when I'm needed.
One of our important
Yeah,
missions in our podcast is to share educational content with the next generation, especially as well as today's
yeah.
generation, of course. However, focusing on next generation, having this conversation uh, between seasoned professionals and sharing some uh, insights and some practical knowledge is very important for the next generation. That's what we are believing. So, in this sense, for
Mhm.
those who are thinking about who just graduated from school or who just entered the job market. Those are those who are
Yeah.
thinking about getting into technology or business software industry. What type of career advice would you give them?
I, I think I was in that situation some time back, and I was like, where can I go? I'm doing marketing. Where can I go? But what I would advise my friends, my brothers, and the people who are listening, all our listeners everywhere, I tend to tell them that I think talent beats everything. Talent um, can take you places. But again, that talent, you must make it professional in a sense that if you have talent in the career path or rather in the professional space, you can make it easy for you for your life, and you will not have doubts of what's coming next. Um, Take a case example like you are a graphic designer. I am a graphic designer. Um, um, I enjoy I enjoy coming up with creative stuffs. I enjoy creating things, and again, when someone comments that, yeah, this looks good, it makes me happy. Again, sometimes in the career path, most of us we tend to look at the money bit of it, but there's also the other aspect of passion. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun with what you're doing? Are the people who are consuming what you're doing, are they really having fun with it? So I think once everybody just understands where their talent is, no matter what, I think everybody has their special way of positioning themselves. Kevin, I've been looking at your podcast, and hey, you're doing a very good job in this podcast. You see, this is something that I started seeing it at around, it was around 30,000. Right now we are at around 100,000. This is a very big thing, and if someone can even start something like this, you see, it's something that can take them places. So yeah, I think talent, passion can beat everything.
Appreciate it. Thank you for these insights. Before we end our conversation, would you please share your contact information with our audience in case they like to continue this conversation with you, or if they like to learn more about Omni Africa, Omni People distribution?
Oh yeah. Thank you so much, Kevin. This has been a very wonderful
Mhm.
conversation. So happy to be here. I think to our audiences, my name is Ibrahim Musungu Kulundu. So you can get me on all my socials with all those full names. But again, feel free to visit our website at Omni People, www.omnipeople.africa. There you can find solutions, you can meet partners, you can meet American workflows, Kusen ERP, among other products that can enable your business to either work best or even outmaneuver the competition that's beating you. Either way, thank you so much, Kevin. This is a very wonderful
Pleasure is
conversation.
all mine. Thank you very much for connecting to our podcast from Nairobi, Kenya.
Sure.
It's always a pleasure talking to you and also hearing from Team Omni Africa. So I wish you a great weekend and my greetings to your team at Omni Africa and Omni People Distribution. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, Kevin. Have a good one and happy times in New
Thank you
York.
very much. Bye now. Thank you. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, we had another informative conversation today with Ibrahim Musungu from Omni Africa, Omni People Distribution Company. He connected from Kenya, Nairobi, and we talk about different subjects as you listen today. I hope you liked the conversation. I enjoyed it. There is always something learned new in our careers and in our business career journey. So all these conversations are opportunities to learn something new. So we truly appreciate Ibrahim's time. Well, when you look at our pet podcast, we just celebrated our 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I'd like to thank you for your support. We are very excited and motivated. This is our first 100,000. I know, and we believe that we're going to have many more 100,000s together with your support. And we put our code here. If you haven't done so, please go to our YouTube channel, scan this QR code if you can. And you can, if you can subscribe, like, comment in our YouTube channel, we'll truly appreciate it. So what happens is the American Business Podcast on its way to becoming the biggest business podcast, biggest independent business business podcast. That's actually our goal. That's what's happening. And with this growth in our YouTube subscribers, it shows that we are on the right track. So we truly appreciate your support. Would you like to be a guest in our podcast, or you know someone who likes to be a guest? You can send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. Also, we welcome sponsors and advertising from corporations, companies, and organizations. You can also send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We reply pretty quickly when you get in touch with us, whether to share feedback or for podcast guest inquiries, as well as advertising and sponsorship emails. We reply pretty quickly, and we are looking forward to hearing from you. Also, if you visit our podcast website, americanpodcast.tv, you can get the latest information about what is in our schedule. When you log in, you'll see the schedule on top of our website. You can see in which episode who will be our guest and what type of subjects we will be talking about. You can also see it on our podcast as well. Well, what else is happening? Let's bring this up. We have sponsors that we need to talk about. Well, first of all, we have an actually online networking event coming up. Imagine a networking event that you can talk to other networkers, other business professionals, and you'll be exposed to thousands of business professionals. That is how we design the Connectional America Business Alliance exclusive business networking event. It'll be hosted live on the American Business Podcast. You'll have 10 unique business professionals networking with each other, talking about their businesses, their products, and their services. Also, you'll have a chance to interact with them as the American Business Podcast audience, and you'll learn about also other businesses and their products and services as well. So this is a unique business networking opportunity, and that's how we design it. It's scheduled for August 22nd at 10 a.m. Eastern. It is an online networking event, so you can connect from anywhere. That is actually a very advantage in that sense. And if you scan this QR code, it'll take you to a registration page that you can fill this up and you can sign up. Limited registration, we'll only have 10 business professionals, 10 attendees, that's it. And then we'll run the business networking event accordingly. So we are very excited. This is our second online business networking event. The first one was a success, so we will continue these business networking events monthly basis. That also serves the idea of keeping the American Business Podcast practical. Yes, we talk about important subjects, popular subjects, informative conversations we have. At the same time, you'll have a chance to meet with other business professionals, and we also practice what we learn in our podcast as well in terms of business networking and other professional practices that we can put in place. Great. Well, another sponsors that we have. Well, if you like to get services about SAP, Oracle, NetSuite, Microsoft Business Central, iTech Consulting is the company that you can work with. They are one of our sponsors. We are happy to have them in our podcast. And if you need any of these services, you can go and visit their website as well. You can just scan the QR code. Also, we have another sponsor, IP Vanish VPN. If you are in the market for VPN software, you can consider IP Vanish. I also use IP Vanish. It's a solid system. You can scan this QR code and it'll take you to a page that you can learn more about the system, and you can subscribe if you are interested. Another note, as you may know, I started another podcast called Two Guys All Things Tech as a co-founder, co-host with my friend Anthony Lucidi. We released our first episode. More episodes are coming up. So these are more opinionated episodes that we are putting together. And in the first episode, we talk about AI and whether or not regulate AI. That's what we cover. You can scan this QR code and it'll take you to the YouTube page of the Two Techs All Things Tech YouTube channel. Great. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. I'm looking forward to having you in our coming The American Business Podcast episodes. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.